what I tried to do was piece together the stakeholders that came together to address Common Core as it was proposed by other states or the governors, or there's contention as to exactly where it came from. Let's just say everybody outside of Ohio.
Sure.
So within Ohio, the Ohio Department of Education organized meetings throughout the state through regions. They probably enlisted the help of the educational service centers. They had online public forums where they posted drafts of what Ohio Department of Education was looking to present to the state board. And then the state board actually took a year looking through or reviewing multiple drafts of what they were going to adopt before they finally did adopt something in June 2010. And then, of course, fast forward to today, we have had teachers, administrators, community members come together to more properly define what the characteristics in their school districts look like to get to these standards. So I guess my follow-up question for you is, and I apologize if it was long-winded, is who in Ohio do you envision having the say, if not all those people that I think were part of that discussion, pre-2010 and until present day?
Mr. Chairman, Representative Bischoff, it's kind of like those PUCO meetings where they have it on Friday during football season. It's, but I think I want the public, through their elected representatives, to have a say, frankly. That's where I think we need to have a say, because if you look at the folks in this room, I think you could go around and poll them and ask if any of them knew what was going on. I do trust education folks. If you look at the standards, however, there were very few experts in the field of English who wrote those. There was only one clear mathematician. There were some math educators, but there weren't mathematicians involved in writing the standards for Common Core. The one mathematician who was kind of like the Obi-Wan Kenobi of math from Stanford University was the guy who would not support them on the validation committee. He resigned from the validation committee because of his objection to where the standards were. In terms of the state of Ohio, I want everybody to be involved, and I know I recognize that rebuttal because it was in the folders as well. But I did have a representative from the governor's office who was formerly at the Department of Education who conceded to me that they had a perfunctory process when it came to considering this whole race to the top process. Not naming names, but I had a couple of folks in my office who told me, they admitted, we really didn't do a lot, as might have been required, to get this out there, to vet it fully. Maybe some other folks who were sitting here remember being at one of those meetings. Maybe some people in the back of them. I'm not really, I think where we are now is where we have an opportunity to fully vet that process. And I don't disagree. I see some wonderful memos that are in our folders there as rebuttals to certain things that have, talking points that have been said from people who are opponents to Common Core. I want to have a process that is fully vetted. I think my concern would be that a lot of this, as we discussed earlier, can happen incrementally. And it was kind of hard to measure what it was doing. Some people knew how the puzzle was coming together. The citizens of Ohio really did not. And I don't think that we've served our citizens of Ohio well. I think maybe you had certain folks who had an interest in the outcome of the game, and they participated. But I don't think the citizens of Ohio were well represented through their elected representatives.